Hi. It's Mrs. Stitches or Sheila. Hi, everyone. This is floss tube number, I didn't write it down. Wash. I'm going to guess, well, you're going to see. So I'm going to guess 73 or 72. Today's date is also a guess, but I think I can get it right. I think it's October. I believe it's the 24th because I'm supposed to stitch on something that I stitch on the 24th today. 2024, 10, 20, 20, 10, 24, 24, 2024. Oh, that's too much. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome. So here's my weekly update. I have had a good week. I always have a good week. I've had a good week. Today's foggy out. It's kind of spooky. You can kind of see in the background there. Oh, that's really hard to do. That's through the window, and you can see how it's all white, and that's just gray because it's foggy. Can't see anything in the backyard. We get a lot of fog here. Karen Ennis never got in touch with me. So instead of doing putting all the names, writing them down, I couldn't find the originals and redrawing that way, I actually put everybody into a wheel and just respun. And so I included people who had won already just because I thought it's been so long and I just want everyone to have a chance. So Holly Hogue, you won Moss and the Moon. I have your mailing address, so I will be sending this out. So Holly Hogue, congratulations. This will be coming to you eventually. Now, and I'm going to stop calling these giveaways. I'm going to actually call them what they are, which is passing the stash, not pashing the Stass. So I have 1, 2, 3 others to pass along. So the first one, so if you're interested in this, if you're not, that's fine too, but if you're interested in this is all a paper, just a PDF that's been printed up. This is the one I did, which is still right here, called Summer Fruits by Novo Designs, I think. Novo Encore Designs. And it's really just a fancy alphabet and a bunch of summer fruits. The size of it is 305 by 305. So when I stitched it, it was stitched on 28 count, I believe. Oh, she started off 2/1, but it was 1/1 when I got to it. So it's not a small pattern, but it's a pattern. So if you're interested in this, say fruit, F-R-U-I-T, fruit, for summer fruits. And the next one is one that I had won in a Pass the Stash from Lisa at Forest City Stitching. Hi, Lisa. And then I stitched it, and now I'm going to pass the stash. So this is, I always forget this, thread with eye needle, Sleepy Field Mouse Hollow. There you go. So if you're interested in this, use the word mouse, M-O-U-S-E. And the last one is one that I had just finished this week. I did as a start and finish this week. And so you're going to see my work coming up on this one. But this one is called Autumn Tiny Trimmings. Autumn Tiny Trimmings by Heart and Hand. And so it's 9 designs that are fairly small, but they actually were a lot more than I thought they were going to be. So we will use the word autumn. That's a tough word. A-U-T-U-M-N. Autumn. There you go. Sort of Halloween-y, but more autumny because there's a flower in here and there's leaves and another leaf. Then some are Halloween-y. Okay. So there you go. Those are my Pass the Stash. So if you're interested in any one of those threes, please use the words. If you use them all in a sentence, that'd be awesome. That makes my day, makes me smile. So let's start off with the autumn trimmings. If I can find it. I think it's here. Probably should have been more organized on this part. I'm going to pause for just a second. It was right there. I should have just gone for it. So I got a new whiteboard. This is in Jen the Caffeinated Crafter style. And right now I just got a checklist. But I'm going to first talk about 24 hours of cross stitch. So I have a hard time sleeping with full moons, and we've been looking after our dog by sleeping. One of us sleeps on the couch just to make sure she's okay throughout the night. So last Thursday, it was a full moon that night, and since one of us had to sleep on the couch, and on Facebook I saw it was 24-hour cross stitch marathon. So I thought usually the marathon starts at it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So as soon as it turns just past midnight onto Friday at 0001 in the morning, it's a go. So I tried a 24 hours of cross stitch from midnight to the next midnight. So that was my plan. I actually started a bit early. I mean, I had been stitching all day, so it's kind of funny. And I've been up since early on Thursday morning. So I end up, when I try to do consecutive 24 hours awake, it ends up being closer to 40 hours awake because there's only the 8 hours of sleep before in the 2 days. But anyways, I did it. The through the night's not hard for me. It's the later on, sort of the afternoon, the morning, just everything else. So my plan was to work on that autumn trimmings, which were 9 patterns, and I did really great at first. I was doing one every 2 hours, and I thought, I'll be able to get this done in 18 hours, then I'll work on something else. Well, later on, I got a little bit more, I guess, distracted and sleepy, and anyways, I didn't even finish it in the 24 hours. But the next day we were traveling, and I did finish it during my traveling. So that was good. I did finish it. So just one second. So I was going to put it on a mix of 2 fabrics, but the other fabric that I had chosen was 28 count, and I think this is a 36. And so I didn't like the size discrepancy. So I decided to put it all. This was the one you had seen last week, which was the plaid pumpkin. And then these are the 9 that I did. And I just put them in this pattern here. And then I did this one. And I'm going to there's one more plaid. It's a plaid leaf for November that I'm going to put there, if I can work out how to fit it on. I may have put these leaves a bit too, oops. I may have put these leaves a bit too far this way and would have rathered them that way, but I'm going to just make it work. Hopefully it worked, but there you go. That is the tiny trimmings. And I think my favorite one is this one here. I love that one. And probably my second favorite is probably this one up here. Now and that one's cute too. There you go, tiny trimmings. It's 9 little patterns. So that was fun. That was sort of so that was finish number, just one moment. Oh, it's not here. Where did I put it? Oh, it's not here. Shoot. Okay. Finish number 51. I'll have to just go check. I think it's finish number 51 and 60. 60 finishes for 2024 for my 60th year. Okay. You will know more next week for sure. Okay. Next. So like I said, that was Thursday night, Friday. I slept really well Friday night, but we had to get up early the next morning, Friday morning, because we were going to, it's called the Blue Nose Classic, and it's Nova Scotia Orienteering, end of the season championship. And I've been going to some orienteering this year, and I seem usually we always enter an intermediate, and the last two events before this one, I either couldn't find all the controls or I couldn't finish in time, and so I had two where I didn't. I think one I just went over on time too, but been struggling with my confidence in finding the things, the controls. So in orienteering, you have to find them in order. And if you don't find one, you still have to find that one before you can go to the next one, or you really are just disqualified. You must find them in order. So you can get stuck on one and it just beats you down. It eats you away when you're stuck on one. You're so frustrated and like, where is it? What am I doing wrong? Where am I? And the funny thing is like, on the map, it actually doesn't tell you where you are. You think you know where you are, but you don't really know for sure. And so my confidence was knocked down a bit. So at the championship, they open up one extra level. So normally there's three. There's beginner, intermediate, advanced. We always do intermediate. At the championship, they add one in between beginner and intermediate called novice. And then they add one extra one on the top called elite. Well, I decided, even before I knew it was championship was going to be the next one, because they talked about doing another one, that I was going to go down a level. And so I went down to novice. I did this last year too. Last year was really easy. It was too easy. And I said, I'm not going to go novice again. This year was not quite as easy. I still had trouble with one control point. But it was otherwise pretty easy, especially when my husband, who's always faster than me, was in the intermediate and finished an hour plus later than me. But I 2 years in a row now have won gold in the novice division. This year there was nobody else in the novice division. The beginners and novice, there were 3 total teams. 2 were teams and I was the only individual. So I won just the same. And I do feel good because I was able to navigate to some of them. I mean, I did make one mess up. Got a little bit of a war wound and scratches on my legs. But for the most part, it did build my confidence. So next year at the championship, I will go in the intermediate. I promise. Even this is the second year in a row where my husband's done it and he's taken much longer and it's been very difficult and I haven't gone into it. So next. Okay. So, let's just show you the rest of what I got. So I have my weeklies that I work on. And I just finished stitching this one. This is my boar's head. Oh, I was going to write down the stats. I know it's at about 8% total right now. But it's a total, I think, of about 168,000 stitches. So I'm not sure how many I'm at right now, but there you go. That's my boar's head. As you can see, I'm doing in the diagonal. I think I'm going to have 2 or 3 more diagonals before I hit anything that's not sky. But there you go. That's my boar's head. I work on it. I do 200 stitches a day or thereabouts to keep on target. And then the next one I worked on is the Heaven and Earth Design Sal. They are doing it again. So if you're interested, you want to belong to the Heaven and Earth Designs cross stitch Facebook group. And then they'll mention the sale. And then when you're in the sale, you actually get opened up into a different sub Facebook group. But anyways, this is the one this year, which I have to finish by the end of the year. Right now I'm targeted to finish December 19th. So I keep doing extra stitches. I'm just color completing. So I'm picking a color and then just color completing. And I divide it up approximately 200 to 300 stitches a day. So whatever the number is, I'll divide it up into however many days it takes to do that. So anyways, there you go. It's coming along great. This is actually another eye that's going to be there. And I believe this is part of the nose. And then it'll be all cat coming down here and some. So it's coming along great. Very, very. And I think I will do next year's too. They've given us kind of a sneak peek. Not a full sneak peek. I think there's going to be 12 designs. Got my eye on a few of them. So we'll see. just kind of see. Okay. One other thing I wanted to say. Well, I'll show you one more cross stitching because that's just about. Oh, I forgot something major. I'll be back. I'll just gotta pause. Okay, I forgot about one of the ones I've been working on the most. So this is Teresa Kogut's Moon Dance. I'm not there yet. I am trying to do 500 a day, and I believe I got a little under 2,000 left to go right now. It is hard work, but it's so rewarding. Look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? So obviously you can see the pumpkin now. And I'm working my way down. And I think the bottom is going to be about there. It doesn't look like 1,500 stitches left, but it is. And there's so many quarter stitch or half stitches in here. And I did it on Aida. So I'm trying to puncture the Aida. But it's worth it. Look at it. It looks so good. It looks so good. So that should be a finish by next week. I think I'll finish in probably 3 or 4 days. But that should be a finish next week. And then the one last thing that I worked on was my, oh, that's not it. Where did I put it? Oh, I brought it out with me. It's right here. I didn't pause this time. This time I remembered. My seasonal Flux, Nature Flux. This is Cross Stitch for the Earth by Emma Congdon. And I'm working on this one here. I'm calling it Nature's Flux, and I'm doing it during the season. So right now I'm in the autumn one. I don't know if I'm going to finish this for the end of this year. I might have to be doing some double dipping on different projects, but whatever. I'll figure it out. So I skipped 1 week just because of whatever. I don't know why. I think life. And so I'm a bit behind for wanting to finish this the end of this month. It ain't going to happen. But what did I work on since I last saw you? I think I worked on all of this here. And I think that's about it. So, and then that's about it. So I got a ways to go on it, but we'll just do it as we go. Yeah. Just give yourself a bit of a break. Okay, so that's what I've been stitching on this week. Okay, I also want to show you a tiny bit of haul, and I might have to, I got my finished thing right here. I didn't see it. It was 51, so I'll just show you my finished tracker. And because I used extra letters up, this is not gonna, I'm gonna have to do more to actually do the whole word. But anyways, this is the autumnal tiny trimmings that I did. There we go. Coming along. Okay. So I got a little bit of haul to show you, which is all thrift store haul. I know, because I said, if you recall, I said I'm not buying any more cross stitch for the rest of this year. Thrift store doesn't count. So I can't remember. I got this thing here. So I like these hoops. This is a hoop that is kind of rubbery. I think they're done by Anchor. But this is the oddest stitch that she had in here, whoever had it. It actually has a pocket, and it's built in with a pocket. So I think she just stitched this part here. It's been laced into the back, and it has a funny sort of velvety back. I bought it mostly for the hoop, but I thought I might try to stitch something on here. I might just pick some motifs or something, and I got so many things I could do. So I might just figure out something to do there. Don't know why I would use a pocket in a hoop for, but I might figure something out. That's to repurpose somehow. And then I've combined up this. I got a bag of floss. And this was at Value Village. All this was at Value Village. In one package, there was all of this floss. I think it came out to, I want to say, let me see, 15 skeins. And I got it for $2. Now, some might not be partials, but they're mostly fulls, which is really surprising because Michael's is almost in the same mall that nobody would pick that up, that these are modern skeins and everything. So I'm really happy about that. That was a great buy. Then there was another one I picked up, and I could tell, oh, there's still more skeins here. I could tell that they're falling out. That the next, so there was this. I saw another bag, and there was this. It's Karen Watercolors. Karen Watercolors, silk. What do they call it? Hand painted in the U.S. and I believe it's silk. 10 yards. And it's in a color. Now it's different than normal embroidery floss. It's I think it's called 3-ply. And I think from what I've researched on, it's more like No. 5 cotton type thing. So I'm thinking I can use 1-ply to stitch at one time and it'd be similar to 2 strands. I'm not sure, or maybe like 3 strands. I don't know. But I just couldn't resist. I know that this normally goes for $7 each, and there were 2 of these. The package was $3, and it came also with, I can't remember which one, had a bunch of bobbinated floss, which may or may not have any numbers, but it's bobbinated. I'll use that on various small items and just when I'm sort of color matching. And see if I can get this out. This is all, it's called, it's by DMC, and it's called Tapestry. So they call it Tapestry. And it's more like a yarn. And I think it's when you just do more like an embroidery work or some thicker stuff. So I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to figure out something to do with it. I mean, I wouldn't normally have picked it up, but there just was, I really wanted that Karen watercolors. I couldn't pass up something that's a good deal. Okay. And that's it, I believe. So coming up this week, like I said, I'm going to try and finish the, I got one more thing. Hold on a second. I'll go get it. I didn't have to go get it. It was right here. This is my fabric of the month by the Sewing Shop, Kaylee Tent Stitch. So if you haven't gotten yours yet, then you may not want to watch the rest of this. But this is gorgeous. I am so in love with this one. I'm pretty sure this is her neutral. And I think I actually like all her neutrals. But, the color's not quite showing up. But it's a mix of pink and light blues. And the name of it is Mint Strawberry. So I'm super excited of that. I really think it's pretty. Super pretty. So I got a plan for that. So I have a scheduled new start of Riley's Harbor. Have not done Riley's Harbor, so I'm thinking of putting it on this for sure. I want to finish, of course, the Moon Dance. I got one other finish that I want to get done this month. And other than that, my dailies actually take up my dailies are taking up quite a bit of time. So I'm just going to carry on. We do have an orienteering the season for orienteering is over, but there's like 3 more events and they're all fun ones. So we have a really fun one coming up this weekend. It's at a corn maze. So that's going to be a fun time. So I will tell you all about that. And other than that, just keep on stitching and enjoying life. So don't forget, if you want to enter into one of my stash unloads, destashing, pass the stash. That's what it is. You can use the word either autumn, fruit, or you can enter in all of them. Wow. Mouse, I remembered. Feel free to enter into one or all of them. You only can win one unless we have the same situation that happened this time. And like I said, Holly Hogue, I got your ad email. I got your mailing address, so I will be sending that out to you. I may not send it out till after next week, with just in case you win another one, whatever, because we won't count that because that was the one before. Anyways, so take care, everybody, and I will see you next week. Happy stitching. Bye.